Hello and welcome to Dee Dee Blooms. I'm on my back patio preparing to water and I thought I better get an update going on my Catasetum column. And I've got some good news and some not so good news about my Catasetum column. So as you can see, everybody's all been growing and I got some beautiful growths going on here. I've not had any blooms except for one, and then I've got several more in the works. So actually one's in bloom and two are in the works. This one bloomed for me. This is the Maella Davison crossed with Karen Armstrong. And I swear the flowers got sunburnt, so I didn't get any good pictures. But the good news for this one is I have another flower spike for the season. So I'm going to get some more flowers. Hopefully I get a good picture of that one. Here in Southern California, well, gosh, we had a heat wave and it just burnt a lot of my leaves. The heat really did a lot of damage this season. Where usually the leaves are just fine over here. But it could have been way worse. I'm not complaining. But yeah, a lot of damage to the leaves, and I've never seen flowers get sunburnt before, but I swear these flowers just burnt to a crisp. So that was interesting to learn. Now, by no means am I complaining because the rest of the country was just heat wave after heat wave after heat wave, such dangerous times for a lot of people. And yeah, just some tough weather going on. And then we've got recently the Hurricane Helene, so I certainly can't complain. But so continuing on the update here, let me zoom in here on some beautiful flowers I have going on. This is my Gandra Greenwoodiana SVO Purple Lip crossed with Greenwoodiana Purple Lip 2. And she has bloomed for me in the past. The first year I had her, she spiked and gave me a couple little flowers. Last year she spiked, but the buds aborted. And so this is my third season with her, and she's given me 4 gorgeous flowers. Now, one of the things I really like about Galeandra is they tend to stay in flower a really long time. And the uniqueness of their flower shape. Look at that huge lip, tunnel of a lip, and those beautiful petals and sepals above the lip, like splayed out like a crown. I really enjoy Galeandra. And so I have another bud in the works here. Now I thought I was gonna lose this one because this growth started to rot, but now it's firmed up. So I think it beat the rot, thankfully. And I'm very happy. The next one that's in spike here, it's its first bloom this season, is my Catasetum dentigrianum. Sorry, you can't see the tag. I got a whole bunch of flowers going on here. Can't wait for that. And then the next one on this bottom shelf is my Gramwood, Catasetum Gramwood, back here. And I've got this beautiful flower spike that poked through the crack here. Looking forward to that. I'll make sure to get pictures and do updates. So that's the bottom shelf. The next shelf I had hanging up around here is my Catasetum maella, and unfortunately it looks like I've lost it. It is all squishy, like it's not firm at all. So I think this one's gone for, it might not look squishy, but when I touch it, it's squishy. So I rotted it, unfortunately. I had it potted. It grew some roots. It grew some nice roots, actually. See all those roots? But I'm not going to give up on it. I'm just not going to water it anymore. It lost all its leaves, and I'm going to hope maybe, you know, I'll put it into dormancy and maybe it will grow a new growth and I'll have better luck next season. But that one's, nothing's going to flower off of that. So again, back up to this shelf, another one I have hanging off of here. This is my cooperii, or cooperii, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Cycnoches or cycnodes, one of those two. I always forget, sorry about that. This one also started to rot on me, and I caught it in time, and something chewed on it. So it's been through some stuff this season. I'm hoping it will still bloom for me, but we'll see what happens. So I caught the rot on the newest growth here, and I threw cinnamon all over it. I lost a couple leaves, but like I said, it looks like I've halted the rot, and maybe I'll be lucky enough to still get a spike. Here I have my Catasetum rustwood, and this one has a brand new little tiny spike nubbin right there for the first time this season. I have lots of ants this season. Pretty crazy with the ants. This is right next to the Milana Davis that I started talking to you guys about. Then we come back here, and I've got a spike on this one right there. And this is my, I think it's Catasetum mormodes, or Monniera, something crossed, Darconium, base element crossed with Catasetum Susan Fuchs burgundy chips. And it's supposed to be a really dark black colored flower, like witchcraft, Monniera witchcraft. So this will be the first time it blooms for me, so very, very exciting. I got this as a small seedling. So I had this, and then I think it had this one, and then I grew this growth last season and it didn't bloom, and now I'm growing this growth and it's putting out a spike. Yay, exciting. So heading up to the next shelf, this is my other Gandra, which is crossed with Catasetum. So this is Pink Mist with Catasetum Dagny Windy. And it has not been doing well. It started to rot and shrink in, so I have stopped watering it. It's lost all its leaves. I think this one is gonna still make it though. I think there might be enough oomph in this season's growth to make it through the winter and hopefully push out a new growth for next season. But this might be going along the lines of the maella, which I have less hope because of how shriveled the new growth. Actually, this is the new growth. The new growth totally rotted. So I don't see how there's gonna be enough oomph. But like I said, I'm not gonna give up on the maella until I have no choice. And then, so the top shelf here, let's see, where can I start? This is my Cattleya Amazing Grace. She is looking fantastic. I don't have a spike yet. From what I understand, Cattleya blooms later in the season, which we're getting there, so maybe in the next month. And wrapping around here, I've got my orchid glades, Catasetum orchid glades, David Ranches, crossed with Catasetum Memoria Raul Mortera, Pinedo, Great Lip. It's quite the name. And it's putting out its first spike for the season. So get some flowers there. And then we have my Mormodes or Moniera. Sorry, I just always forget, but it's my Millennium Magic Witchcraft, and she was starting to look like she was rotting. So I pulled back on watering a bit, and her bulbs have firmed up. So I've started watering again. No spike yet, but she's been growing. She's been growing beautifully. So I had a little bit of a scare. So she's my other dark, really dark orchid. So it'll be interesting to see if I can get her to bloom and compare her to the Darkonium, the newer, younger one I have from Sunset Valley Orchids. And then I have a couple hanging from this pole up here, hanging in front of the shelving unit I have. And this is my Cycnodes, or Cycnoches, Mass Confusion. And this one bloomed for me last season, if you want to go take a look. Alien green blooms, very uniquely shaped. Really enjoyed this one, very fragrant. The majority of these are all beautifully fragrant. Some are a little lighter, some are pretty heavy fragrant. So I've been getting a really good growth this year, nice and straight. Last season's growth, which still bloomed for me, had started to rot in the middle, bent over from the rot, and then just continued to grow. It was kind of, it still is funky looking. So, but got this beautiful growth. And then last but not least is Wine Delight, and she's a Cycnodes compared to Cycnoches or Cycnices. I'm not sure. Cycnodes, how they're all truly pronounced. Beautiful growth this season. No spike yet. She tends to start throwing her spikes for me coming up in the next month. So that is the Catasetum column update here, late September 2024. And I hope you've enjoyed this update, seeing what my collection has been up to. And thanks so much for joining me. If you've enjoyed this, give the video a thumbs up. And I hope you're all having a beautiful, wonderful day. And I will see you in the next video, I hope. Thanks so much again. Bye.